It's so easy to get discouraged. It's so easy to get just frustrated when you're working hard on a project, you're trying to accomplish a task, you're trying to get a project done, you're trying to accomplish a goal. It's really easy when things don't work out the way you want to just get discouraged. So, how encouraged? Don't be discouraged. How do you stay encouraged? You work on a project, you work hard. You work hard on a project, you're all excited about it, and you're working hard and you're going fast, and you've got your plans all laid out, and you know what you're going to do, and you know how you're going to get there, but it just doesn't work out. You worked hard, but it didn't help. It didn't matter how hard you work. You've always heard the harder you work, the better off you'll be, or the person who works the hardest wins, or whatever. But you worked hard and you put all your effort into it, and it just didn't work out. You didn't get the outcome that you wanted. Maybe you stayed up late for days, maybe even for weeks, working on this project because you wanted to get it done and it just didn't work out. So, how do you keep yourself going when that happens? When you get to that point where you're just like, nothing I do seems to work. I just can't seem to get any traction, or I just can't seem to get done, or this just isn't going to happen. And it's easy to get discouraged. It's easy to say to ourselves, well, I guess it's no use. Or, the worst thing is to say, well, I guess I'm no good at it. I guess it wasn't meant to be. I guess I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, we start second guessing ourselves and we start cutting ourselves down and we just get discouraged. And so we've got to find a way to stay encouraged. How do you keep yourself going? Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to figure out, how am I going to keep myself moving forward and keep myself going? Who's out there rooting for you? Is there anybody out there on your side cheering you on, saying, get back up, do it again, you can do it? Many people don't have anybody to cheer them on. Many people have nobody on their side. They're just going it alone because nobody believes in you yet, except for you. And then you get discouraged because it doesn't work out. You have to become your own cheerleader. You've got to be able to pick yourself up, and you've got to be able to keep moving forward and find the motivation to keep going and keep chasing what you're trying to chase. It's up to you to keep yourself encouraged, because if there's nobody else with you, if there's nobody else walking with you or working with you, if you're a solopreneur or you're starting a business on your own or a side gig or whatever it might be, and it's hard and you're trying to figure it out and you're trying to get there and there's nobody cheering you on, you've got to be your own cheerleader. So how do you do that? Well, first, take responsibility. You have to take responsibility for yourself, for the actions that you put in, for the work that you do, for the results that you get, even when they're bad. Take responsibility. You need to own it. You need to accept it. You need to be prepared for things to go wrong and to not work out. If you're prepared for that to happen, then it's not such a huge, horrible hit when it does. You need to know that you can make adjustments. You'll find the necessary adjustments that you can make for the next time when you try, because success is all about trying and failing and learning and moving on. Because stumbling and falling and failure, it happens. And if you want to succeed, you need to know that you can make adjustments for the next time so that it gets better the next time. And the way you do that is by studying your mistakes, studying what didn't work, studying the path you went down, and why did this not work out the way that I hoped it? Study for it, learn from it, learn from the mistakes, learn from the errors, acknowledge the fact that they happened. So many people they want to put blinders on their eyes and they make mistakes and they don't even want to acknowledge that it happened, because I can't make a mistake. If I acknowledge I made a mistake, then I must be a bad person, or I must be clueless, or whatever. No, it just happens. Acknowledge it. Take responsibility for it and move on. Because you know what? It's the next opportunity that matters. It's not the one that failed. It's not the one that just you couldn't get done. Learn from that one because it's the next one that matters the most and move on. The next thing you can do to stay encouraged and to encourage yourself is to remember that you'll get better the next time. Just like it's the next opportunity that matters, tell yourself, remind yourself that you will get better the next time. As long as you learn from the last time. If you don't learn the mistake, you're going to make it again, and then you'll end up just wondering why nothing ever changes, because you don't learn. Learn from the last time and use that knowledge for the next opportunity that comes your way. That's how you succeed. That's how you get back up and do it again. Because each time you do this, you will improve. You will get better with what you learn from what did work, from what you learn from what didn't work. Each time you'll learn more and you'll get better and you'll get better and you'll get better. So keep trying. Keep trying until you make it happen. Keep trying until you get it. That's the key. To never give up, to keep trying. I always talk about little children learning to walk. They don't get up and bobble around and stumble and fall on their little rear and maybe cry. Maybe they fall and bang their nose and they cry, and you pick them up and say, oh, it's all right, it's all right, it's all right, don't cry. Do it again, try it again. No, that's what we do. That's what we say. We say to them, try it again, you'll be okay. We don't say, you're a failure, you might as well stay on the floor. No, we encourage them to get back up because they see other people walking and they want to do it too. You can do the same thing. Just because you fall down, skin your nose, skin your knee, doesn't mean you're a failure. It just means you need to learn from why did that happen, and I don't want to do that again. So pick yourself up and keep going and try it again until you get it, until it works. Encourage yourself by getting right back up off the ground. Get back on the horse, get back on the bicycle, whatever metaphor you want to use, and go after the next opportunity. Because if that one didn't work out, chunk it, learn from it, and move on to the next one. Yeah, you might be scared, but you know what? Get up, cheer for yourself that, hey, maybe we should celebrate the mistakes. Celebrate the failures and the lesson we learned from it so that we can now move on. Maybe we should start, so that failure is not such a bad thing. Maybe we should celebrate some failures and what was the lesson we learned so that when we move into the next one, we'll be much more successful. So don't be so afraid. Yeah, it might be scary. It might be a little terrifying out there at times when you're working hard for your goals. But when you fall down and skin your knee, get right back up, cheer for yourself, say you can do it, keep going, get back up and do it again, and move forward and take that next step, and the next opportunity will be even better. I'm Mark Schinner. This is your Monday Mentor. I hope you have a great week this week, and I'll be back and talk to you tomorrow.